Hi, I'm Dr. Elizabeth Hughes. Today I want to talk about the number one problem facing healthcare, facing medicine in general. When you think about the number one problem in medicine, you're probably thinking about something like cancer, like we need to find a cure for cancer. Or you might think about the superbugs, the bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics. Or you might be thinking about the spiraling costs of prescription medications, which at least in the United States is a huge problem. Now, all of these are problems. All of these are big problems which need to be solved, but they're not the number one crisis in healthcare. The number one crisis is actually something even more fundamental, and it's the idea of powerlessness. The idea that our bodies are weak and unreliable and undergoing a constant, unrepairable decay. Like we're constantly getting worse than we were the day before. Well, none of these ideas is actually true. But 99.5% of people actually believe it at some subconscious level. Deep down inside, we assume that our bodies are failing all the time. And we say to ourselves things like, oh, at my age, it must be normal to have aches, pains, whatever illness it is. Or we say, after an injury, I'm never going to be as good as I was before. Or you might say, my body's just falling apart. Now, I want to tell you that our bodies are unbelievably strong, unbelievably powerful, and are constantly repairing themselves with amazing accuracy and precision. And it doesn't matter what medical condition you have, your body's doing it and doing a good job all the time. But what we think about how our body works actually makes an enormous amount of difference for how it actually functions. That may sound like a far-fetched idea, but believe it or not, every month, thousands of research papers are published which prove this point, either directly or indirectly. The way we think about how our bodies function and how much we trust our bodies to repair themselves can be 20, 30, sometimes 50% of the outcome of a research study depends on what a person thinks about their health care and thinks about their medicine and thinks about their body. That's a huge percentage. And if you are ill and you're not using every resource you have to care for yourself, it's kind of like, going into a surgery and telling the surgeon, okay, put one arm behind your back and do your surgery with just one-handed. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to come out well, right? It's not going to come out well. So if you become very ill, what most of us do is we will think about, oh, I need more testing to confirm the diagnosis, or I need to make sure I've got a great doctor, or I need the best medicine, I need to find the best hospital, the best surgeon. We should be spending time saying, I need to make sure that my body is completely prepared and completely ready to do its healing work, because no one cures you except you. Surgery, just a little procedure, but you have to do the healing work afterwards. Medications, chemotherapy, all of those are tools that our bodies use to heal themselves, because you are your ultimate doctor. So when you don't think about your body as powerful, you are really tying your own hand behind your back and not using every resource that you have at your disposal to be well and healthy. So why should you care about this? Why should you care about this weird concept of powerlessness? Well, it makes a difference for how you recover from any illness, no matter what. And this, you can see what it would do for you, but it also does the same thing for your loved ones and your family. Every person who walks around with this idea, I'm powerless, I'm weak, my body's falling apart, I don't trust myself, everyone who's suffering from this is only getting a fraction of the health that they really deserve. But on a bigger societal level scale, this idea of powerlessness is reflected everywhere in how we choose healthcare and how we choose our doctors. We hear things like, well, the doctor's given me a 50% chance. I guess I'll just have to hope for the best. I saw an ad for on a bus the other day, and it said, CyberKnife, your best shot at prostate cancer. Do you hear how we talk about that? Your best shot, 50% chance. That's gambling. That's crazy. I don't want to gamble with my health. And yet when I believe, or if you believe that you're powerless, you're going to gamble with your health, which is not the way to get healthy. The way to get healthy is to be in control of your health, to be sure that you are using everything that you have. Because when you start to trust in your body and believe what your body can do to help you to repair itself, and when you start doing the things that your body actually needs to repair itself, it is amazing what can happen. Now, on a society level, in a big way, we, at least in the United States, we are slowly bankrupting ourselves because of healthcare. In 2017, which is the last year that there were statistics available, in 2017, in the United States, 17.9% of our GDP went to healthcare. That's almost 20%. And as a comparison, people spend about 9.6% of their income on food. So we're spending nearly twice as much on medicine as we are on medical care as we are on food. And we're not seeing benefits of it. It's, the United States in particular is lagging behind all sorts of healthcare indices. We're not living as long, or we have higher rates of illness. If we banish this myth of powerlessness, we could cut our healthcare expenses in half while getting better outcomes. Truly, and it would be easy. We don't have to invest in technology. We don't have to wait for research. We don't have to wait for miracle cures. It is an easy solution to a very, very complex problem. And everybody who gets rid of this idea of powerlessness as it relates to their health always has better health outcomes. It just goes hand in hand. And that 0.5% of people who somehow intrinsically know this show it all the time. They're the ones who have the extraordinary recovery from illness that we all want, that we're all betting the odds for. You shouldn't be playing the odds with your health. You shouldn't. That's not the way to get better. You should be using everything you have. It's all built into us. It's all built into us to get the health that you want. If you are in on this concept, if you are done with the powerlessness myth that goes with health, I don't want to hear from you. I'm really interested to know if you resonate with this. Does this make sense for you? Is this something you want to know more about? I'm going to make a kind of funny offer. You can actually email me directly. This is my email, and I'm the only person who answers it. It's Elizabeth, Elizabeth, at elizabethhughesmd.com. And put the subject line, I'm not powerless. I'm not powerless. And let me know if you are ready to claim your own intrinsic body's power of health. All right, thank you so much. I really want to hear from you. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you again very soon. Until then, be well.